This week, we're catching up with two sets of house hunters who were searching in a wild, wild west of a property market.
At every turn, it's sort of gradually got more complicated.
We were faced with the good.
That's absolutely amazing.
And the bad.
I'm not sure about that, Phil.
At high noon, we were all guns blazing.
If I put a gun to your head, would you buy it? Yes!
But now I'm back to see if, in the end, they happily rode off into the sunset.
To pick this up for 136 grand was the deal of the century. This week, we're catching up with two sets of house hunters who tasked Kirstie and me with finding them properties not just to accommodate them, but a whole load of stuff. From vehicles and spare parts to music and sound equipment. It proved quite a space mission, so I'm keen to find out where our cadets eventually landed.
In 2014, I was in the West Midlands, searching for a home in Wolverhampton. With its vibrant city living, cosmopolitan culture, and the average house price at just over £102,000, 75 grand below the then national average, it was no wonder our first set of house hunters wanted to buy in the affordable spot. Professional vocalist Misha Bryan
Where do we go?
and drummer and music teacher Darren Ashford had been making music together for the past 2 years.
We met on a gig.
And I was like, you can't go out with people who are in your band, Misha. That doesn't work. Don't do it.
But she did do it, and it worked. And now they're leaving behind the bright lights of London to set up home together in Misha's hometown of Wolverhampton.
And while they house hunt to save money, they're camping out at Darren's mum's house in Oxfordshire, 2 hours away.
Everything I own right now is in storage.
And Darren is commuting to work back in London, something he hopes to change by building his own studio.
It'd be nice to have a base, you know, and just work. I'd really like to work from home.
This will be the couple's first house together, and they're keen to find a place that suits both their needs. Something that they've struggled to do despite viewing over 70 properties in just 5 months.
We're not that picky, are we?
No.
Well, that might be a matter of opinion, as their huge list of criteria doesn't quite match their 130 grand budget.
We don't like mid-terraces.
3 bedrooms,
I couldn't compromise on coming in straight off the street. Can't have that.
bathroom upstairs.
It'd be good after a gig, come back and soak my feet in the bath. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
A garage or somewhere for Darren's studio. Also, I have a lot of stuff too, so I kind of need a bit more space. We're not terribly difficult to please. I don't think we are anyway.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. Wish me luck, Kirstie. I'm going in.
You've seen 70 properties, so you've been very active. What's been the matter?
Some were really bad. I think as we went along with our search, we refined our criteria.
I'm absolutely confident that I can show you everything that's on your list. It might not all appear in the same house.
But you're very good at this, Phil,
Yeah,
so you'll be all right.
You're a miracle worker, Phil.
I'm going to need a miracle to get them everything they want.
Keep the faith, Phil.
I'll try. Misha and Darren have a maximum budget of £130,000 and a very long wish list. This is the edited version.
They'd both like a semi-detached house with 3 bedrooms, an upstairs bathroom for Misha, and Darren wants to work from home, so enough outside space to build a music studio.
So, in 2014, I had an extensive wish list and a search area that was within a 3.5-mile radius of Wolverhampton city centre. While in 2015, Kirstie's search had her roaming much further, in and around the Lothians, home to the Scottish capital of Edinburgh. With its dramatic countryside, miles of unspoilt coastline, and one of the most beautiful cities in the world, this part of Scotland boasts history, beauty, and culture. Which all means it certainly wasn't a cheap place to house hunt for computer programmer Ian Stewart, a man with a passion.
People have commented that I don't have a hobby, I have an obsession. Which is probably true. I love Land Rovers. They're big Meccano kits.
But it's not driving these mean machines that's the problem. It's the mechanical mayhem that comes with them.
I've got spare axles, and I've got spare diffs, and I've got spare gearboxes, and I've got welders and plasma cutters and air compressors. It's scary how much money I've spent over the years on my hobby.
Currently, Ian keeps all his spares along with his 4 vehicles, 2 trailers, a caravan and 1 shipping container at a huge barn with land, just a leisurely stroll away from his comfortable 2-bed cottage in East Lothian, which he's rented for the last 12 years.
It's huge, but I don't own here, and that's what I need to do.
That's now a real possibility. But sadly, it's the result of both of Ian's parents passing away in the last 3 years.
I'd much rather have my parents, but if one of the things they can give me is the ability to buy somewhere, that's a really good gift.
And a big responsibility for us. With his parents' money and a small mortgage, Ian has a total budget of 245 grand to try and find a suitable house and barn as near to each other as possible.
So my number 1 criteria is my workshop. My house unfortunately sits at the bottom of my list. I have to be able to put all of my stuff somewhere.
This search is a first for us and will be far from straightforward. Much as I love classic Land Rovers, if we're not careful, we could spend a lifetime roving the Lothian countryside trying to find the ideal property for man and motor. So, Ian, how many bedrooms?
Well, I use 1.
That in itself is not a big ask. 4 vehicles plus space for an additional 2. A place where you can elevate a vehicle.
Yep. I don't fit under vehicles anymore.
We all have that problem. And you've got to get to work every day in Edinburgh. You are realistic. It's the land that needs to come with it. Well, let's hope we can avoid a curbside breakdown with this very particular and very vehicular set of requirements.
With his £245,000, Ian wants a large workshop with plenty of parking.
The house must have at least 1 bedroom, a decent kitchen diner, and ideally be on the same plot.
He wouldn't rule out doing work on the property, but this must be reflected in the price. Ian also works in Edinburgh, so would ideally like a 45-minute commute. We're kicking off Misha and Darren's West Midlands search to house all their stuff just south of Wolverhampton in Lanesfield. With their long wish list, I need to sort the must-haves from the wood likes. And I'm hoping this house will help me work out where, or in fact if, they're willing to compromise.
This is the house. It's good.
Quite cute. Access round the side.
Come on in.
So far, so good on the outside. Let's hope their enthusiasm lasts, because this house has a lot to offer them. The current owner has spent a great deal of money on the inside, so the finish is top of its game. There's an extended dining kitchen and a huge garden out the back, with more than enough room for Darren to build his studio, allowing him to work from home.
There may only be 2 bedrooms, but they're both good-sized doubles and there is potential to extend. And, as requested by Miss Misha, the upstairs bathroom for soaking her toes after a gig.
And at offers over £110,000, it's a healthy 20 grand under their budget.
Now, this is one of the biggest kitchen diners that I saw on the whole search.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah,
I like it.
I
yeah.
like it. Coming into the kitchen, it feels really nice and open.
Ah, she may not be trouble after all, Phil. But of course you haven't told her everything.
The compromise, if there is one for here, is that it's a 2-bedroom house.
It would have been nice if it was a 3. Because, we do have a lot of stuff. We need quite a bit of space.
Space, Phil, quick, show them some space.
Loads of room for a drum studio. How big do you anticipate the studio being?
Double garage size.
So you need a decent garden that it's not going to compromise the garden.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Well, someone said the C word. Shame it wasn't them.
Let's move on before we get even wetter. Don't want your hair to run.
Blue hair beats no hair, Spencer.
I saw that coming. Well, Darren seems happy about the garden and the potential for his studio.
Ah.
But Misha's still struggling with the number of bedrooms.
Would have been nice to have the other room, probably, so that this one could be, I can have my yoga mat here and leave my guitar there and da-da-da.
But that's the compromise, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those things.
He said compromise, Phil. It's catching.
I hope it's incurably contagious.
How are they dealing with the fact that it's only got 2 bedrooms? I don't know. But I'm going to have to be a bit careful because Misha is so up and so positive. She can't be like that all the time.
This is nice.
Yeah, it's good.
It's big. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know, Phil. She's convincing me.
Yeah, we like this.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
How'd you get on upstairs?
We got on well,
Yes,
didn't we?
it was good, yeah.
It feels nice.
Obviously, the rooms are spacious, but is there enough room, because it's a 2-bed, for all our stuff? But other than that, we really like it. Good start, yeah.
A good start.
It is, yeah.
But they're not saying you're finished yet, Phil.
Well, let's just call this the warm-up act. I only hope the headliner's still to come. And up in Scotland, it's tricky terrain for Kirstie on her search for Ian's elusive cottage workshop combo, ideally in East Lothian.
It hasn't been easy. We've contacted auction sites, councils, local farmers, the UK Land Directory and land and property agents. 142 in total. But the good news is our efforts have been rewarded with some rather impressive finds. And the first is just 15 minutes away from Ian's current home, so I'm hoping for a unanimous vote.
We're taking a bit of a risk with 2 separate plots, and one of them is a rental, but that's to keep him in this area. A cottage in the pretty village of East Linton and a barn 6 miles away, near the bonny seaside town of North Berwick. As the barn is the most important to Ian, that's where we're kicking off.
Does it say pilot custard?
It does indeed.
Right, pilot custard. Out you get. So,
This is amazing.
This amazing barn is the best part of 700 square feet, basically one massive room. We found it online, and the farmer's looking to rent it out for just over 200 quid a month.
All of my tools could come in here with a single place to work on a single car.
right, in my pocket,
Yes.
I have the details of a very nice 3-bedroom house 10 minutes from here. Would you come with me to see this property?
Absolutely.
You're a man after my own heart, Ian.
No, you're already married.
Actually, technically not married. I do have 2 children. With the father of my children, I am rather devoted to him. But, you know, things can change.
I think you're in there, Ian.
Well, I did say I was partial to an off-roader. So we're piling into pilot custard and heading off into the sunset, or rather slightly overcast Scottish weather, to the 3-bedroom cottage for sale in East Linton.
I think you could definitely get a couple of cars in here, couldn't you?
Yeah. A lovely area, isn't it?
This place seems to be tuning up nicely. The property is a single-storey 1930s semi-detached cottage. It's somewhat dated, but it does have a decent-sized kitchen. There are 3 bedrooms, 2 more than Ian asked for, sitting room and conservatory leading out onto a large garden in need of a good strimming.
My sort of gardening.
More than enough space for a man who spends most of his time in the shed.
Its owner offers over £195,000 and expected to go for about the 200 mark. So a healthy 45 grand below Ian's budget.
So how does this
This is nice.
feel to you?
I don't feel uncomfortable in this house. I could happily live here.
If you can get this house for around the 200 mark, that would leave you with a little bit to spend on it.
Yeah.
You've said that you want your parents to be looking down on you and thinking you've spent their money sensibly.
Yep, that's a good move.
Sounds like you're in the driving seat, Kirstie.
Possibly.
Ian's response to having the cars off-site has been surprisingly positive. And I think he really likes this house. But I think he's probably more cautious than he lets on.
The bedrooms kind of feel a little... They're smaller than I'm used
They're
to.
cottagey. Do you have a big collection of clothing, Ian?
No. I have a very large collection of T-shirts.
Out of 10, how do you rate this?
Probably a 6 or a 7. If everything you find is not as interesting, I would be interested in that, definitely.
There's a whiff of caution, but I can't fault his logic.
We're in Claregate, a popular leafy spot northwest of the city. It borders one of their favourite areas, so location-wise, I'm hitting the mark. And like the last property, it's in turnkey condition, and it has that all-important third bedroom.
The busy road is not ideal. Off-street parking might be a problem.
Let's get on in and see what you think.
OK, cool.
Not a lot of points so far, Phil.
But I'm hoping the inside will win me a few. There are 3 bedrooms, one with an ensuite toilet, and 2 generous reception rooms.
The bathroom is downstairs, not ideal for Misha, but it is beautifully done with this separate wet room.
At $129,950, it's at the top of their budget. But I have word that the vendor will accept less, so quite a few positives.
Accentuate the positives, Phil.
Now, I don't want to dwell on the negatives.
But what's that then?
Well, I know you weren't quite enamoured with the idea of coming straight into your living room. However, there was a second reception there. So you can almost look upon this as an entrance hallway.
This is a nice room, but if someone were to come in and you're watching telly, then you got all the winter breezes in your face. Massive compromise, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's a question of where your priorities are. Whatever's through here is going to have to blow you away.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Blow you away like the winter breezes in your face?
Well, I did tell them I'd show them everything on their list, just not necessarily all in the same house.
Big dining room.
Yeah.
And those are the stairs up to the 3 bedrooms.
Oh, right. I just think right now the whole thing just feels a little bit like a walkway.
Ouch. I hope you've got your hat and your rabbit, Phil.
The kind of major piece here is a spectacular bathroom.
It is downstairs, though, isn't it?
It is downstairs.
But to get a 3-bedroom house under budget in this location, it's going to have other issues.
Ooh. Having my bath downstairs, I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that, Phil. Nice, though. It's a very nice bathroom.
It sounds like it might be somebody else's nice bathroom. It's OK, I've got broad shoulders.
Face it, Pip, you're in the wrong house. Make a speedy exit.
You're right, Kirstie. Time to pull the plug. Back in the Scottish countryside, motor-mad Ian quite liked the first barn-house combo Kirstie showed him. But it didn't really rev his engine enough.
So, for our next viewing, we're stepping things up a gear with Phil riding shotgun. We're heading to the village of Elsrickle near Biggar, this time in South Lanarkshire, 50 minutes south of Edinburgh. Only 5 minutes more on the commute, but it has enabled us to find everything on the same plot within budget. But there's a fair amount of work to do.
Oh, wow.
So it's a big plot?
Yeah.
Oh, God, Phil, you're wearing those shoes again.
Talking of feet, or should I say square feet, I'm hoping the size and layout of this croft house will be more suitable for Ian's lifestyle.
It has a big kitchen breakfast room, sitting room, a large attic and just 1 bedroom. But that's OK because there's a massive barn next door which could be transformed into the most fantastic workshop and tool shed. All in all, a nice balance of barn to house.
It's being marketed at offers over £160,000 and we believe it will sell for close to that figure, leaving Ian a potential 85 grand to fix it all up.
Do you think you can make this work?
Yes. The only nervousness I have about this location is I'm moving away from where all my friends are.
Right.
So my friends are Edinburgh or north.
Yes.
And I'm moving south.
Right, OK. OK.
But
right.
I think the rarity here is that everything's all in
yes,
all in one site.
This is
together.
a bit that's interesting.
This has been the really difficult bit, is to find
things like this.
A big plot
yes.
that you could have everything in one place.
I can't stress this enough. We have been laughed out of estate agents' offices with Ian's budget and towering wish list.
Straight into the kitchen.
Nice big kitchen.
The kitchen's the most important room for you, is it?
It is pretty much, because it's where I like to be social.
For Ian, at the last property, small bedrooms were an issue. Here, there's only 1 on offer, but it is significantly bigger.
The rooms are much larger in this, which feels a lot nicer.
Is it somewhere you could see yourself?
Yes. Yes. But I could live in either of the 2 houses you've shown me.
Kirstie's doing all right, isn't she?
She's doing very well.
It doesn't always happen. You're a lucky fella.
No, Phil, you're the lucky one to witness how I navigate my way through a complicated search and come up smelling of roses.
I tell you, Ian's great. He has got such a mental, positive approach to this.
But whether he'll follow through is another matter.
He has utter faith in you.
So he should have.
Rather questionable.
I seem to be doing fine.
Somehow.
Very rude. Let's get a gentleman in here.
Ah, Ian.
Hiya.
Phil was just saying he was surprised I'd managed to find you 2 suitable properties.
They're both very interesting. They're very different.
Come on, ye of little faith.
Oh, I have faith now. And you've still got a third option to show him. Back with Misha and Darren in Wolverhampton, I'm hopeful things will take a turn with this next property. We're in Penn, top of the pops for our pair of musicians. As always, there are compromises, but I've got solutions up my sleeve and my support act in tow.
I gather you've upset your clients.
I haven't upset them. I just haven't found the right house yet. They've seen a lot, I've seen a lot. It's not easy.
Right, OK.
I thought it was going to be quite simple, but at every turn it's sort of gradually got more complicated.
Well, let's see if a two-pronged approach makes a difference.
Afternoon, you two.
Hiya.
Look who I've brought for assistance.
Very nice to meet you.
My glamorous assistant this afternoon.
Whose brother lives close to here?
My brother.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's literally a minute's walk.
So the compromise with this house is not area.
No.
No, that's it, yeah.
Right.
And Misha won't have to compromise on the bathroom either. This one is upstairs. But to get that in this area, we're back down to 2 bedrooms. But they're both good sizes. And there's a garage to the side of the house that could solve their storage worries.
And at the bottom of the garden is an outhouse that could be replaced with Darren's music studio.
At 139,000, it's almost 10 grand over budget, but we've been told the vendor will consider lower offers. They should like this one.
You said that about the last one.
I thought you were here to help.
I mean, what do you feel coming in about the size?
It's good.
I like it, it's
Yeah.
good.
The kitchen, it's not the brightest room in the house, but bear in mind it's a dark day, it's the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it is a very good blank canvas. There's nothing offensive in it. I mean, arguably that carpet.
It's not the worst carpet we've seen, is it?
No, it's quite dark, but with some lighting and brightening everything up, it's going to transform it really, yeah, so it's good.
Yeah.
Dan, do you want to have a look out in the garden?
Yes, let's do it, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, well, we'll go upstairs then, because it's more sensible than to go out in the cold and the dark.
I'm not sure how Misha will take the 2 bedrooms, but Darren is at least trying to like it.
The garage is great. Great area, Penn. It's just around the corner from Misha's brother.
Yeah, she seems quite happy about that.
Very, yeah. It's
Because
really
I guess a lot of moving back to Wolverhampton for her was family.
Family-wise, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Encouraging noises out here, Kirstie, but I suspect Darren's the easier one to please.
Leave Misha to me.
So, bedroom 2 of 2. How much of a problem is that?
We were looking for a 3-bed. We do have a lot of stuff and essential things. I know.
So that was what the 3rd bedroom was for, was stuff?
Yeah, if the storage in the garage was sufficient, we could put some things
Yes,
down there.
some
Then that
hanging
would
rails,
help.
yeah.
That would definitely help.
Nice work, Kirstie. So it sounds like after the 70 houses they've seen and the 40 we've discounted on our search, we might actually have a real contender on our hands.
And a bath.
It's always good to have a bath, isn't it?
I'm not being funny, Phil, but things do seem to be going a bit better since I came along.
Is there anything that troubles you about the house? Any worries?
It's at the end of our budget, pretty much, and it needs a bit of work.
I don't think it needs any work that you can't do yourselves,
No.
apart from building the studio at the end of the garden.
Yeah.
It's not complicated.
I can do
No.
that, so, yeah.
OK, time to cut to the chase.
I suppose if I put a gun to your head and said, you've got to say now, yes or no,
Yeah.
what do you think it would be?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to remember that trick. Next time I'm struggling, if I put a gun to your head, would you buy it? Yes, of course. Anything you say.
Well, sometimes, Phil, you've just got to get straight to the point.
I have to say, it seems to have worked. We have a clear favourite.
My work here is done. So even though we gained traction on the last property in Allsopp, the location didn't drive Ian wild.
I'm moving away from where all my friends are.
But I'm hoping my last property package will get him all jacked up. And for my final house-workshop combination, we're heading east towards the Berwickshire coast and the historic village of Coldingham. We're just over an hour from Edinburgh, about 15 minutes more than Ian would prefer, but I think it's worth it.
This is interesting, yes.
It is interesting.
In fact, it's a fantastic two-storey workshop, around 1,200 square feet with boarded space upstairs and a large yard. Another private sale website find. It's on the market for just 70 grand. And literally, around the corner, there's a lovely 3-bed house for sale.
In itself, it's more than enough to keep man and motor happy, but there are other possibilities, which I'm keen to run past Ian.
This could be a remarkable place just for the cars.
Absolutely. And
with
parks.
a house across the road.
Yes.
On the other hand, you could invest a bit of money in making the most glorious flat upstairs, and you
now
could
I see
do
where you're coming from.
something else with the money.
And that doesn't mean buy a load more tools. It could pay for the refurb upstairs and buy Ian a nice 1-bed flat in Edinburgh, which he could rent out or use a couple of nights a week so he gets to see his friends.
Wow. You could actually make something quite nice up here.
Really nice. If this was London, this would be worth 4 million quid.
That's absolutely amazing.
And the joy is not yet over. Round the corner, just 50 steps away, depending on how big your steps are, is the house, which I might add only came on the market this morning.
This is much closer than what I've currently got, which is really nice.
This stone cottage is very smart, and at 1,200 square feet, there's more than enough space for Ian.
There's a fabulous contemporary kitchen diner, first floor sitting room, 3 bedrooms, and a sunny rear garden. Everything is immaculate.
It's on the market at £185,000, but for a quick sale, they would accept 176 grand, meaning Ian could just about stretch to both workshop and house.
This is a nice kitchen.
It's a lovely kitchen.
And perfect for the self-proclaimed non-house person. Ian has the option to spend 0% of his time on the house and 100% fiddling with axles or whatever he does in that workshop.
So what you've got up here is this sitting room, which is incredibly light.
Yes, again, this is a nice room.
Are you feeling this is all very well, but it's too far?
My gut is still going, this is too far, but this is a really nice house. I want to look around a bit more of it because it does draw me.
Go, go, go.
The prettiness
Be my
does draw me.
guest. Be my guest.
And although property 2 in Elsrickle is a great option, the one here is arguably the more financially responsible package. If Ian's circumstances change, it gives him much more flexibility. He could always sell one and keep the other.
My worry is that I have to make sure he doesn't buy an entire property based on the cars. It has to be something which he can invest in securely, regardless of the future of the cars.
And he wouldn't go far wrong with this place, but I just know what he's going to say about the location.
So,
A beautiful house. I think it's just too far.
So it's a reluctant goodbye to Coldingham, which means we've only got property 2 in the running. It'll be interesting to see which road Ian takes from here.
Down south in Wolverhampton, after wanting a 3-bed home, amazingly, Misha and Darren have decided they like the 2-beds. Property 3 near Misha's brother and the very first house I showed them. So with the last property still fresh in their minds, it's back to the 2-bed 1930s semi in Lanesfield. On the market for offers over 110,000, this place is 20 grand under budget, which could be used towards making it bigger.
Wow.
And I'm going to show them how they could do it.
It still feels really nice.
Yeah.
It is actually quite good to be back.
Yes.
I've got my hands on the approved plans for the extension being built 2 doors up, a double story to the side and a single extension to the rear.
So the kitchen's got a lot bigger.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then upstairs, they've got bed 3 and a study.
Oh, wow.
That's
That's
good.
kind of more space than we needed if we ended
Yeah.
up doing that.
Yeah.
So that would be great.
Finally, it feels like we're all singing from the same song sheet. La 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 la!
Wow, hidden talents, Phil. But maybe leave the singing to Misha.
All right. But seeing the first property for the second time seems to have led to a decision.
as soon as we went into one, it was like, this feels really nice, and we'd like to make an offer on it.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Hallelujah! The property had been on the market at $124,000 until last week, but with no one coming through the door, the vendor reduced the price to a more realistic $110,000. I'm keen to make sure Misha and Darren don't pay any more than what it's worth and save them as much money for that extension as possible.
How about we open proceedings at 100 and slowly and painfully allow ourselves to be talked up? Hi, it's Phil. I've got an offer of 100,000 and a couple who are raring keen to get into it as soon as possible. Could you just let me know?
Bye.
So he's going to ring the vendor now and get back to me.
Okay.
There are more viewings of the house scheduled for tonight, but I'm hoping to get things tied up before then.
Fingers crossed, everybody.
But it all depends on how low the vendor's willing to go.
What news? I don't see the house worth that kind of money.
Our opening offer of 100 grand has been rejected. The vendor was expecting his asking price.
He wants 110. I think it's worth putting your best foot forward and having another bid. You can only say no.
I think we should go in again, yeah, for sure.
105.
Yeah, because it is a two-bed at the end of the day.
Richard, hi, it's Phil.
I have to hide now.
They do very much like the house, and they are very happy to pay what we perceive to be a fair market price, 105,000, but that will be as far as we'll go.
All we can do is wait.
In Edinburgh and the Lothians, my man, 4x4 obsessive Ian, is contemplating whether to accelerate towards Property 2, the Croft and Barn combo in Elsrickle. But there's a lot to weigh up.
Property 2, maybe.
Property 2 maybe. It's kind of down the room.
And Property 3, too far.
I think so. What I would like to do is I'd like to try the drive from here back to Edinburgh.
Well, that's very good news then.
My heart is still kind of with number 2. I need
Yeah.
to find out the feasibility of working on the garage.
Yeah.
So I need to get that cost. I need to look at the cost of a kitchen in that house. Assuming the research goes well, I will buy either number 2 or number 3. And I would have found neither of them if I'd been left on my own.
Fantastic. Right, here's my house.
Thank you very much.
Before too long.
Before too long.
Back in Wolverhampton, and poor Misha's on edge. As we wait to hear back on our best and final offer of 105,000.
Hello, Phil here. Hi, Lynn, how'd you get on? To know. Well, let him know the offer still stands, but we won't be increasing it. Bye. It is disappointing that there's absolutely no denying that, but let him have his other viewings, and who knows, he might come back to us.
That's it?
Yep.
Thank you.
We can't even raise a glass. Damn. We'll have a cry. Best of luck. Best of luck.
Thanks, Phil.
But alas, it wasn't to be, and Misha and Darren went back to the viewing board.
Still looking at houses. We've got a couple today and tomorrow, so hopefully one of those ones will come off.
And Ian's search also continued, but not for long. Deciding to follow up on a tip from Kirstie about a property beyond his area remit, southwest of Edinburgh, he found his forever home and offered 210,000 for it, which was accepted.
I wouldn't have found it without Kirstie. I chose east. I should have gone west.
Ian's been in his 4-bed farmhouse in the small Lanarkshire village of Forth for just under a year. It gives him multiple outbuildings, offering over 220 square metres of space. And he's still reeling from owning his very own home.
The first night, there was nothing in here. I knew there'd be nothing in here. I came down with an airbed and I spent the Friday night in here with just a kettle, just the airbed. But it was mine. It was brilliant.
Since then, he's filled his home with a bit more than just a kettle and an airbed. But can it really accommodate his heap of car-related collections?
I wanted a large workshop. I've definitely got that. I wanted somewhere to park 4 cars. Absolutely got that. Trailers, caravan, 400 books, nice kitchen to be sociable in, got all that. I needed somewhere to sleep. Well, I've ended up with 4 bedrooms, actually. One's a little office, one's got books in it. This is absolutely spot on.
Ian is a bit further from work and friends than he originally wanted, but location doesn't seem to be a drawback.
It's a very friendly place, actually. Hi, Billy. Not bad. And I think I'd rather be here with what I've got than closer to Edinburgh without being able to do what I can do here. Right, see you later on. So I think, actually, Kirstie was right. And don't tell her.
Oh, I rarely like to tell Kirstie when she's right, Ian.
Look at that.
Certainly a view like that would more than make up for any extra distance friends now have to travel.
I never tire of that view.
Unsurprisingly, the house itself has not been the focus of attention.
Done no work in the main house.
But his beloved workshop's certainly been tailored to his needs.
One of the things I wanted was a vehicle hoist to get the cars off the ground. So I have paid other people to do quite a lot of work. My little workshop.
The 80 square metres of old byre floor was dug out and concreted. The roof's been raised, a wall was knocked down to create a huge doorway, and Ian's even gone green.
Because I'm going to retire here, I need to be aware of my fuel bills. So one of the things I did when I had the money to do it was I fitted solar panels.
The green energy investment, the bookshelves and the workshop overhaul cost Ian around 27 grand. But including the price of the property, he still spent less than 238,000 of his 245 budget. Inheritance money well spent, I'd say.
My father would have loved this place. He would have absolutely loved just having one of the rooms out there in the workshop, just to have his tools, to have his stuff. My mother would have redecorated by now, probably twice. They would have liked to have been here as well, which is quite a nice feeling, actually, is that they've given you somewhere that they would have liked themselves. So, absolutely top marks for finding this. Just superb.
Straight to the top of the house-finding class, Kirstles. And nearly 2 years on, I'm hoping to find that my pair, Misha and Darren, found a home they're equally cock-a-hoop about. I'm back, finding out how some of our house searches have worked out. It wasn't easy finding Ian a property big enough for both him and his vehicles, but they're now all settled in idyllic Lanarkshire. And almost 2 years ago in Wolverhampton, having viewed over 70 properties, musicians Misha and Darren loved the 2-bed with potential to extend that I'd found them, but reluctantly let it go, and they couldn't agree on a price with the vendor.
Despite being disappointed, they remained as positive as ever. And I'm delighted to say that they did eventually find their first home together. And they picked the keys up a year ago today.
So guess what? I'm here for a visit.
See what kind of property and price convinced them to finally do the deal. Hello!
Hi, Phil!
Hey.
Hiya! Good to see you.
Very nice.
Come in.
And this is it, a 1950s semi in suburban Cosley. Just a hop, skip and a jump from Misha's mum and brother. It has the 3 bedrooms Misha desperately wanted, an upstairs bathroom for foot soaking, and they even have 2 living rooms. It's positively palatial.
This is the back.
Well, it's a huge room. Really big room. That's so much bigger than I was expecting.
It's quite handy, you know, because practice songs in the corner. Darren warms up for his gigs just there on the pad. Yeah, we can eat dinner there. It's really nice, actually, to have the space. It's kind of defined. Yeah. It's good.
And it's lovely and light. It's fantastic. What's that?
That's the garden.
It's like a municipal park. It's vast.
It's pretty big. And Darren's got to mow it.
I definitely spy space for Darren's all-important music studio, something the pair haven't got round to just yet. And no wonder, they needed to totally overhaul the space first.
I was going to say, why did you choose this house after all of the, whatever it was, 70-something that you saw? But maybe that answers my question.
One of the reasons why, yeah,
It
absolutely,
helps.
yeah.
But the biggest surprise for me is that this house has been a massive project, not an option the pair had previously considered.
The decor in the house was a little bit dated, from the 60s.
OK, properly dated.
But that didn't put us off the vision that we had.
Like some of the carpets were like threadbare, and my mum was like, "That one's from 1973." She was really like specific with it.
The couple paid 136 grand for this huge house, over their 130,000 budget, and had very little spare cash to get professionals in to do any work. So every inch has been transformed by them, except the electrics and plastering, safety first.
And what changed in your mindset? Because it wasn't as though taking on a project was kind of part of the game plan.
I think because we had seen so many houses, we could see, you know, the potential of this one, and we thought, well, you know, let's go for it, and we've ended up with a fantastic house.
They certainly have. But while Misha and Darren absolutely gutted the place, they needed to live at Misha's mum's down the road for nearly 10 months.
It must have taken a lot of work.
Yeah, it was pretty tough.
Yeah, Darren's been really good. He's bought like all the power tools that
It was just an excuse, really.
All their hard work has really paid off. Having spent a maximum of 15,000 on the whole renovation, the house has recently been valued at 175 grand. That's almost a 25 grand profit, and it all looks fantastic.
Very impressed with your kitchen, Darren.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
You haven't skimmed.
No, we are the ultimate bargain hunters, though. We shopped around and got the cheapest price.
And have you actually enjoyed the process of the build?
It's not for everybody, but I've enjoyed it very much.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
For someone so fresh off the end of their project to go, yes, I'd do it again, I think that tells a lot.
I think it's just the best way that you can not just maximise the value of your house, but just making it fit for your life.
For you, yeah.
Misha hasn't let the dust and dirt of house renovating get her down either. And no wonder. She's got 3 beautiful bedrooms, and having knocked down a wall, she also has a supersized upstairs bathroom.
We've just got a little bit more work to do. The water tank is behind there, so we kind of want to get rid of that and move everything back a bit.
Then they can add a shower and decorate it to their heart's content.
Good. And is that it? Then you're done?
For the whole house?
Yeah.
No, of course not, Phil.
No.
We like work.
There's no stopping them. The pair have plans to knock into the eaves and make the 3rd bedroom even bigger.
From what I've seen, to pick this up for 136 grand was the deal of the century.
I think it was, yeah.
Misha and Darren have clearly worked as a great team. But this move was never just about the two of them.
And what's it been like moving back to Mum and brother here?
Yeah, it's really nice, actually. Mum just shows up, and I love that.
These two have beautifully and so thriftily transformed this place. And they're determined to keep going until the house is utterly perfect for them.
It's an absolute treat to come back here today and see that you've completely nailed it. 100%.
Thank you.
But you've made it brilliant.
We put a lot of hard work into it, and it's really paid off.
It has. Well done, both of you.
Thank you very much.
Many congratulations. Great to see.
There's no doubt that in this property they now have everything they wanted, and perhaps a little bit more.
Well, it's just excellent that Darren and Misha did eventually find somewhere to call home after about 75 viewings. But they've also been really gung-ho about transforming it and making it suit themselves.
Look at that.
Ian, too, got a fantastic place for him and his Land Rovers. Seconds from his kitchen table to his workshop. That was what it was all about for him. So I guess it does prove that sometimes good things come to those who carry on searching.